Hello, hello to all of my GEMS family. How are you doing? It's Life with Marlene, your Florida vlogger. A shout out to all of my GEMS. Happy Wednesday, happy hump day. I hope it's fantastic for all of you. You know, I am in the state of Florida and today is hot, hot, hot. Make sure you're staying hydrated and taking care of yourself. So, gotta greet some of my gems. Hey, Jill, how are you doing? Welcome. Hope you're having a great day. Thanks for listening. And to anybody who is in here or watching in the replay, I thank you so much. Today, I just wanted to tap in and talk about this topic right here. Be there for yourself. Now, this life will be set up to where you never do anything for yourself. It can be because maybe the way your upbringing, maybe your culture, maybe you didn't even know what you wanted, you didn't know yourself. And the thing about it is we get out of this life what we think we deserve. Now, it took me a long time to get to the space in my life where I actually felt like I deserved some great things. I actually felt like I could do things for myself, and learning independence and learning strength and courage. And it takes all of those factors in order to be your best self. So we have to be there for ourselves. You have to be there for you, ladies. You have to be there for yourself, gentlemen. And if you don't show up for yourself, there is absolutely nobody who is going to show up for you but you. And I had to learn that part. And sometimes we have to learn things. People will take advantage of us, disrespect us, do all types of things to us because we don't know our value. We don't have enough self esteem and we don't know how to set boundaries. For me, I had to learn how to set some boundaries because I know that I needed to learn to be there for myself, but sometimes we just don't know how. I didn't know how. I didn't grow up being positively poured into and reinforced that I was enough, that I could do great things, that I deserved to have certain things in this life. So, there are times where we go through situations or we go through things in our life so that we can be in a space to teach, to help, and to heal. And while I'm not happy for the things that happened to me, but I know that if I didn't go through situations of low self esteem, depression, feelings of worthlessness, being used and abused and manipulated, I wouldn't be able to be in the position to say, I know what it feels like to not be there for myself. I know what it feels like to be disrespected. I know what it feels like to have so many mental health disruptions because of the way that people treated me. And for those of you that know a little bit about my story and some of the things that I have been through, I come from a really big family. I'm the last of 10. And when you come from a big family, it doesn't automatically mean that that environment that you grew up in is conducive to personal growth and help and self-love and encouragement and empowerment. That's something that I had to learn. So I'm here to speak to everybody, no matter what it is that you have gone through or what you personally are going through. We have to learn how to be there for ourselves, and we have to learn how to empower ourselves. We have to know our worth and work on keeping it. The thing about this life is, like I said earlier, we get what we are. And if we don't think that we deserve things, we're also going to choose relationships that support that. You are going to get relationships based on what you believe about yourself. And when I learned to love myself better, I learned that I don't have to take foolishness. I don't have to let people run over me, and I don't have to be disrespected. See, to be there for yourself, you also have to learn boundaries. You also have to learn discipline. You have to learn how to speak up for yourself. And that's easier said than done. People will just say, hi, Sophie, how are you doing? A lot of times people will just say, oh, you should be there for yourself. And we always hear it all the time. People say on social media all the time, I love myself. But if you look at the way that they are living their life, you can tell that that's not true. I'm glad you're good. Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. So that's the thing about this life is we are we have to be there for ourselves. We have to support our own mental health. We have to love ourselves and do everything that we need to do. Yes, I'm doing good. How about yourself? So that's one of the things that I had to make sure that I poured time into me. And you got to start wherever it is that you are. Oh, thank you so much, Sophie. I appreciate your super sticker. Hi, Miss Lynn. How are you doing? Welcome in. I'm going to acknowledge that super sticker. Thank you so much, Sophie. When the super chat hits, thank you so much. Thank you, Sophie. I appreciate that. So that's one of the things about this life is that we get what we are. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I love that panda. One of the things about life is that we have to understand that we deserve to be happy. We deserve to have peace in our lives. We deserve to be respected. And if we're not, we got to do something about it. And I had to learn that part. I had to learn that if I was unhappy, if I was miserable, if I didn't have peace, if I wasn't being supported, the question is, why do I allow that? Because we have more power than we think, we have more power than we know, and we're stronger than we believe. And other people would have us to make us feel like that's not true. And it couldn't be furthest from the truth. Sometimes people who don't love themselves, don't respect themselves, don't know their power and their worth, they want you to feel like them. You know, people who hate themselves, they want you to be in the same position as them. Misery loves company. Hi, Lara. How are you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. And people who are miserable want you to be miserable. And I think that that's a terrible thing, but it is what it is. We can't make people love themselves, and we can't make people love us. We can't make people support us. And all of those things. Yes, I'm doing great. Thank you so much, Lara. I hope you're doing well. So that's the thing about life is we have to show up for ourselves. And one thing that I learned about me is that I was definitely a happy person. I'm a happy person. I'm a people person. But when you are around people who are very toxic, controlling, manipulative, you know what happens? You become toxic, manipulative, and controlled. So you got to understand that you have to be okay with yourself first. You have to learn how to show up for you. You have to love yourself and you have to respect yourself. You got to be your own best friend. And it takes time. You know, it takes time for us to develop a relationship with ourselves. It takes time to set boundaries, and it takes time for us to say what we don't like in our lives and what we do. And then just go about doing things for ourselves that will make us feel okay. You know, one thing that I had to learn recently is just learning that Just learning that we have to respect ourselves. We have to respect ourselves. We have to know what it is that we're trying to do, what we want out of this life. If we want peace, I feel good, relaxing, and at peace, not toxic, no drama. Yes. Yeah, walk away from those kind of people and not let them control my life. You need love in your life. You need to love yourself. You need to respect yourself, and you need to respect boundaries. And if other people cannot respect your boundaries, if you tell people how you're feeling, what you're going through, and they don't want to be on board and support you and be respectful, then they need to go. Yes. Hi, Wellness. How are you doing? Welcome. Happy Hump Day Wednesday. I hope you're doing great. Um, that's the thing about this life is we get out of this life what we are, what we feel that we deserve, and it's a whole journey in this life. It really is. It's a journey for us to come to the space where we say, you know what? This is what I want for me. Okay. This is what I want for me. This is what I feel that I deserve. And one of the first things that I did to be there for myself is to tell myself that I deserve more. I deserve to believe in myself. I deserve not only to love myself, but I deserve to have people who give that back to me, not people who run over me, do all kinds of disrespectful things to me, try to control me, make me feel this small. See, we don't deserve that. And in learning how to be there for yourself, you have to advocate for yourself. Before you can be a friend to somebody else, you have to be a friend to yourself. Okay. And I had to learn that in working. I had to learn that with relatives and friendships, even with social media and business. You have to show up for yourself. You have to set boundaries, and you can't let people go beyond that. You can't, because once you start those toxic behaviors and allow people to do wrong to you, you allow people to disrespect you, they're going to keep on doing that, because people will keep giving you what you allow. If you don't set any standards, if you say you don't like something and then you keep allowing it, or you keep complaining about something and you don't make changes, they'll, oh yeah, she don't love herself, he doesn't love himself. People know what you really stand for by how you treat yourself. And that is a life lesson, a life hack, and something that's a very important quality to possess, the quality of elevating yourself, elevating how you treat yourself. Because I know before, I never used to spend any time on me. I never thought that I could do things by myself. And you can. Most of the time, when you do things with other people, it comes with misery, and it becomes very expensive. And it becomes very expensive. So we are the ones that have to be there for ourselves. We're the ones that have to not only set those boundaries, but enforce them. And it's hard because some people that are older than us, they're not willing to change. They don't care about how you feel and what you're going through. Hey, Brad, how are you doing? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. How's your Wednesday going? And that's the thing about this life is we can't be happy unless we allow ourselves to be happy. Oh, I see Brad coming in with a dollar holla. Thank you so much, Brad. You know what I got to do? Got to bring in the panda when the super chat hits. Thank you so much, Brad. I love that panda. Uh, thank you so much, Brad. I appreciate you. Oh, I'm glad you're good. Awesome, awesome. Um, that's the thing. Sometimes when I do lives, I do it for. Say, now you got to say panda for $5 and above. Okay. I'm gonna make some more things. I'm working on doing some more things like that so I can put it up. Like depending on the level, like I'm gonna say dollar hollers. I'm gonna save probably that one for 5. I'll do another one for 10, another one for 20, and for 50 and above. So that's what I'm working on, doing some things, but it's coming. So back to the topic, being there for yourself. I know recently I'm a person, I'm a hard worker. I know that many of my GEMS family, you guys are hard workers. Some of you are at work right now, or you're in school. You're busy doing things for yourself to improve yourself, or doing things for your family so you can have a roof over your head. You can have food to eat and take care and handle your business. While you have to do things for yourself and for other people, you have to set some limits, like, okay, when's the last time I had a vacation? When's the last time I did something nice for myself? Because sometimes we aren't there for ourselves, right? Yeah. Hi, Wellness. Thank you so much for being here. Happy Wednesday. Sometimes we're not there for ourselves. I know I've had times where I would have to ask myself, when's the last time I did something nice for me? When's the last time I went and did something just for me? Whatever it is that you like. I'm definitely a person that I love personal care things. I love going and getting a pedicure, a manicure, a massage. I love those things, you know. But to each his or her own. You got to find the things that make you feel relaxed, because while you work hard and you're doing what you need to do to take care of yourself, you need to be there for yourself so that you can be okay. It can't be all work and no play, no fun, no laughter. This life is about balance. Hi, Susanna. How are you doing? Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Happy Wednesday, or Wednesday morning, Wednesday evening, Wednesday night. I don't know, because I know people are in various time zones. You may be even in the future. You may be in Thursday. I don't know. So this thing in this life, we have to learn how to show up for ourselves. And that's the thing about me. I had to learn how to be there for me. I had to learn that while I work hard, I deserve to spend time on me. I deserve to buy myself a gift. If I want to buy a gift, I deserve to turn my phone off. You know, that's a part of pouring into yourself, loving yourself, and being there for you. Hi, 117. How are you doing? Welcome. I had to learn how to be there for me, because if we're not there for ourselves, who's going to be there for us? And I've said it a million times, and I'm going to keep saying it, that hopefully one day somebody's going to listen, somebody's going to believe it, and apply it to their lives, that I deserve to spend some time on me. I deserve to not be around toxicity. I deserve to support my own mental health. Okay. I deserve to love me and to do what I need to do so that I can be okay. See, it's not just saying we love ourselves, but it's what we do and how we treat ourselves, what we allow. and saying no and meaning it. You know, just because people invite us to things and say they love us, it doesn't mean we have to always be there for them. Part of being there for yourself is saying no. I'm sorry, guys, my allergies are really bad today. It's a day with a lot of allergies and pollen here in Florida. But we're gonna push through this for the rest of this live stream. Thank you so much, Lara. And if you guys have not already, please hit the like. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. I think I have, I want to say 83. I think I'm 83 subscribers away from my 2K. And I can't believe it. I'm really excited. And it's going to come when it's going to come, because what's meant to be for me is meant to be for me. Yes, you don't like the heat and the dust? Yes. Yes. So I just wanted to say to everybody, be there for yourself. You know, a job is not going to tell you to take some time off. Your toxic people in your life are not going to say, "Hey, prioritize yourself." They're not going to do that. They're going to keep taking, 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 and taking from you as long as you allow them to, right? Hi, Miss Purple. How are you doing? Happy Wednesday. Appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. And I had put a comment back to the comment you put on my video. I hope everything went well with your appointment and you're doing okay. You know, I was thinking about you. So, one thing about this life is we really have to advocate for ourselves. And it takes us believing in ourselves. It takes a lot. Hey, Edward, how are you doing? Welcome in. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. If you haven't liked, go ahead and like. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. So I just wanted to say this. I felt like compelled to come live and to talk about this, to be there for yourself. For me, it's something that I had to learn. I had to learn how to be there for myself. I had to learn how to set boundaries. I had to learn that I was enough. No, it's a learning thing. And we have to stop letting the entertainment tell us what is acceptable. Let our families, let our friends tell us what is acceptable. We have to know how we feel, and we have to know what we want. Hey, DJ Ron, how are you doing? Happy Wednesday. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you're good. I really do. Yes. Hello, everyone. Live support this channel with a please. Thank you. Thank you, Edward. I appreciate you. So, that's what it is. I had to learn that I can't always be there for people. You're going to disappoint people. People are going to be unhappy, but you got to be there for yourself. Even like what I used to do, just jump up out of the bed and you're doing something for somebody. Say you have kids, it's a spouse, significant other, it's this person, it's that person. We will show up for other people before we show up for ourselves. And that's not right. That's being toxic, you know? And I had to learn that I had some toxic behaviors. And to be there for ourselves, we have to stop doing things that's not going to support good mental health, that's not going to be positive. And sometimes we think we're helping other people, right? You feel like you're helping your kids, or you think you're helping your friends, or you think you're helping other people. But if you always do for everybody, what we're doing is actually enabling people. See, I remember when my therapist brought that out to me, enable. And she told me I was an enabler. I'm a former enabler. And I had to learn to take myself out of the enabling and to disable that and to say no and mean it. Okay. I found out I have two types of arthritis. That's why I have been hurting. One is attacking my joints. I'm still thinking positive thoughts. I've given it to Jesus. Thank you for asking. Okay, Miss Purple. Well, now that you have a diagnosis, now you know what to do, and you know you got to be there for yourself. Okay. Everybody has to fit it in into their life how it works for them. See, what works for one person is not going to work for you. I had to learn to not try to keep up with what maybe your sister, mama, auntie, cousin, friend, people on social media. You just have to do what works for you. Maybe you can handle doing 30, 100 million things in a day, but I know I can't. I know I'm going to burn out. I know I'm going to get angry. I'm going to snap, and I'm going to be on very thin ice. You could have a physical breakdown. Yes, blessings to you, Miss Purple. We always support. We are a supportive community of empowering one another, and we're here for one another for real. That's what I'm trying to do over here on this channel. Build a community of ones that we support each other. We encourage each other, you know, in real time. So I wanted to say that to somebody who needs to hear it. Make sure you are taking care of yourself. And if you're not, the question is why not? I had to learn that it was okay to take some days off, because I'm definitely the person, like, I think I'm an overachiever. I think I don't know. I just have a very hard work ethic, and I have to learn, I have to say to myself, girl, you're doing too much. You need a vacation. Don't answer that phone. And you don't have to say yes to all the overtime, even how much you need the money. You also need your mental health. You also need your physical health. Okay. That's a part of being there for yourself, is learning to say no and not always worrying about, well, then if I don't do it, who's going to do it? Don't let people make you feel guilty because you choose yourself. Because at the end of the day, you got to be there for you. Because what one thing people will do who are users is take until you can't take anymore, and then they'll just move on to their next victim. Because this happened to me over and over again. They use you until your money runs out, or they use you until you can't go anymore. We know better. I know you guys, you're very intelligent, ladies and gentlemen. Don't let people manipulate you, run over you, and use you, and then all they're going to do is walk away. Wow. And when I tell you that that's something that really hurts, it's like a knife being put into your heart. You feel like you've been backstabbed. You feel like all the time, all the energy, all the love, all the support that you have given this, and this is what you receive. It's a life lesson. It's a life lesson that has to teach us, I got to learn to be balanced. I got to learn to be there for me first and give to others after I take care of me. See, what I used to do before, how I was toxic, but I'm grateful that I was able to get back on track and get balanced. I needed someone to tell me, when you wake up in the morning, take care of yourself first. What I would do, jump off the bed, I'm making this person breakfast, this person lunch, no. First, you need to get up, get yourself together, get yourself some food, okay? Take care of you. See, what I would always do is I would always take care of everybody, get everybody set up so that they can be okay. And then I would put myself last. Who am I talking to? And that was me all the time. Oh, I don't have time. Oh, I'll grab something later. We got to stop grabbing things later. putting ourselves last, making ourselves the last option. No, 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 ladies. No, 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 gentlemen. We deserve better than that. But you have to believe you deserve better treatment. And that's what I said. I had to learn how to be there for myself. I had to learn how to have standards. I had to learn that because I love myself, I drink my water. Because I love myself, I'm going to get my exercise. Because I love myself, I'm going to make better decisions financially. Because I love myself, I have to cut off this person and this person because they're a user, an abuser, a manipulator, a liar, and the list can go on and on. We know all the toxic traits of these people, right? That we know in our lives: control, manipulation, lying, drama. We don't need that. And it starts to affect our body. It affects our health. You know, you worry, you get stressed out behind it. Ugh, I was getting so sick. I was gaining so much weight behind things that has nothing to do with me. You're worried about somebody that's not worrying about themselves. And it was like, when I thought about that, I was like, Merlin, that don't make no sense. Why are you over here losing sleep, worried, blood pressure high, and they're still going to do what they want to do anyways? So I had to get myself back on track, refocused. I had to reset, and I had to say, I can't save you. You know? Hi, Laura. You know, one of the things about life is that we can't save people. They have to save themselves. They have to save themselves. We can be supportive, we can be encouraging, but you can't make somebody love themselves. You can't make people make good decisions. You can't make people do the right thing, make good choices. And the problem is that I was always the person that people would look to save them from themselves. Like after they would make a bad decision, hey, can you get me a ride? Hey, can you give me some money? Hey, can you do this? Hey, can you do that? I was always the person that people depended on to bail them out. Bail them out. Help me, help me, help me. I need help. And the funny part is we're so busy helping other people, but are we helping ourselves? And I was like, wait a minute. When was the last time I did something to help me? You know? Yes, Laura, I definitely remember you. Oh, that was you too, Miss Purple. Miss Purple says, this was for me to hear. Miss Lynn says, amen. Yes. That was me. You are so right. Hi, Latanya. How are you doing? Appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I hope you're having a great Wednesday. Yes, Miss Purple, let me tell you guys something that I had to learn, that my life was miserable. When I say I was miserable, like having headaches all the time because of my blood pressure was high. They had me so stressed out. Oh my goodness. You can't even, like, your chest is hurting because of all the pressure, all the stress. Like, people keep requesting, they want more from you. And it's like they're whipping you more, do more for me, right? And they're never satisfied. They never, and they don't even say thank you. Before you even finish doing something else, they're asking you to do something else and do something else, you know? Yes. Yes. Welcome, Latanya, in. Thank you, Laura. I appreciate you. Yes. Same to you, too, Latanya. And I just wanted to honestly give this message to say to everybody, to all my gems, to the ladies, to the gentlemen, you know, you have to love yourself first. And it's the controlling people. Okay, Jill, thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate you. Um, it's the controlling people The people who are narcissists and manipulators that will make you feel like, oh, I thought you loved me. Here goes the gaslighting, the manipulative tactics. Oh, I thought you loved me. Or they want to make you feel guilty, right? Look at all the things that I did for you. You know, they want to throw it in your face, right? I've done this, and this for you. Why can't you do it for me? That's not a healthy relationship. That's not healthy. It shouldn't be. If somebody tells you they can't do something for you, they should just say, okay, I appreciate you answering back. Or maybe next time, you know, you just be, thank you for answering me back. Thank you for your time. I appreciate you anyways. Because the thing about this life, we're adults and nobody has to do anything for anybody. That it took me a long time to learn. You know, I don't have to do anything for anybody, especially for grown people. You don't have to. See, what happens is we spoil people, we enable them, we let them control us, and we let them guilt us into feeling like we're doing something wrong if we're not always doing for what they want. But who gets left behind? Me, you. Who gets left behind? Who's losing money? Who's losing sleep? Who's getting sick? You, me. Been there and done that. I was like, I'm not doing that anymore. Because I value myself, I had to learn how to be there for me. And to be there for me means I got to cut you off. Because the thing about, like, I remember when my therapist told me this, is if you don't cut off the toxicity, you will not be here. You're going to wind up 6 feet under the ground. And I hate to say it like that, but it's the truth. And for me, that jolted me into saying, I can't do what I used to do, because what I used to do was toxic. What I used to do was hazardous to my health. What I was doing is enabling people. And the thing about it is, you can't enable people and then complain because they're disabled. See, we make people this way because of what we do for them. And then you want to pull the rug from under them and say, oh, I'm not doing that anymore. And they want to complain about how they're lazy and stuff. We make people into monsters. We make people spoiled. We make people ungrateful and disrespectful. We make them that way, you know, and we have to own that. You know, I had to say that to myself. I've coddled, I've enabled, I've allowed disrespect. I haven't spoken up for myself, and enough is enough. No more. And mean it. Mean it. Today's a new day. And I said, on this day and from this day after, I'm not doing it. If you ask me for money and I don't have it, it's going to be no. If I don't want to do something, it's going to be no. If I am not feeling good, it's going to be no. Okay? Right, Latanya. Miss Lynn says, I say this all the time. Choose you first. You have to, you know. I agree. I was that girl that helped everyone. I had to learn to choose me first. Woo! This is a topic. When I tell you guys that, you know, I'm not perfect. I'm not by any means perfect. But I come on here to show you guys my personal growth. And maybe something that I share can apply to you guys. I want for us to, like, not just me being empowered and living my best life and being happy, but I want to drop those seeds, because if we all as adults become happier, healthier, at peace, respect ourselves, love ourselves, we're also going to set the standard. We're going to raise the bar, not lower it. Raise the bar on how we will get treated And then you're going to stop coddling. You're going to stop the brats and the enablers. And you got to stop. It has to stop somewhere, and it has to stop with us. Hi, LaGregoria. How are you doing? Welcome. Happy Wednesday. Miss Purple says, Marlene, stop talking about me. Oh, Miss Purple, you guys just have no idea on how I used to be formerly, you know? And the thing about it is that I love my family. I love my friends. I love a lot of people, you know? But I had to learn to not let other people supersede the love that I have for myself. And, superseding means you can't let other people come before you. And that's exactly what I was doing my whole life because that's the way I was raised. I was raised that if you love somebody, you do things for them. That's only half of the equation. No, no, no. If you love somebody, you do things for them and they do things for you. And that's the part that I had to learn, that there's a lot of toxicity that we were raised up in, and it's not good. And it wasn't right. But as an adult, we at any time can change our lives and to improve it, to make it healthier, to make it happier, to bring our peace up so that we can be there for ourselves. Mm-hmm. Because if you do not show up for yourself, you better believe nobody is going to show up for you. All people will just say is, oh, well, when you set those boundaries that I can no longer do this and do that for you, guess what? You never hear from those people again because they've already shown who they are. They were only around to use you. They were only around to know your business. They were only around for negative reasons. Okay. Some people are toxic or evil, manipulators, control, just whatever it is. There's a whole gamut of things that they could be. But when we identify who people are, when they've shown who they are, what they're capable of doing, and the pain and the hurt and the harm that they're bringing to our lives, now we have to make a choice to end it, to cut it off, to stop allowing it, okay? And you don't have to allow it in your life. I'm speaking for myself and I'm speaking to all of you gems. Don't allow it in your life. Don't allow it in your life. When it shows up, cut it off. There's times where like the toxic people, they come around and what do? You ignore them. You block them. You stop doing the toxic behavior. Why? Because you love yourself. See, you have to learn to elevate how much you love yourself. Loving yourself is not just saying, I love myself. And that's an important thing, to be self-aware, to have self-esteem, to be confident, to set boundaries, but also you have to elevate and empower and grow. You got to have your own personal relationship with yourself. You have to grow that love inside of yourself. Because I love myself, this is what I'm going to do. And I had to learn that as I grow, as I grow and as I age, that I can't do what I used to do. And I got to learn to be okay with that. I can't do what I did when I was a teenager. I can't do what I did years ago because that was toxic. And I have to call it out and say, no, I'm not willing to do that because I have become empowered, because I love myself on a different level, because I respect myself, and because there's things that I want to do for me. That's one of the things in this life. I had to learn to stop telling people what I'm going to do and walk in silence and just do it. Show people by your actions what you're really about. This is what I want. This is what I'm going to do. And then giving yourself that permission to do it. Okay? Give yourself the permission to be great. Give yourself the permission to be happy. I think in this life, that's what it's all about. Giving yourself the permission to be happy how you need to be happy. hmm Not being happy how they want to give love, you know? And that's the thing that would always irritate me all the time. Like I was always waiting for people to do right, you know, your relatives, maybe your kids, a friend in a relationship. You're waiting for them to do right by you. And guess what, guys? Guess what, gems? They're never going to do that because they don't want to. If somebody wants to do something for you, they will. Obviously, it means they don't want to. We think sometimes that people care about us, they don't. And that it hurts. It hurts a lot when we think, we believe, know what it is you love them, but they just love whatever you do for them. hmm That's really like, don't let people play you. Don't let people take advantage of you. And we know that when they say things like, oh, you're looking nice today. Oh, what do you have going on? You know, just trying to say nice things before they come in and say, hey, can you do this for me? Hey, can I borrow, quote unquote. They know they're never going to give you back that money. No. But that's what people do. They try to be nice, they appear to be nice, right? But they don't care. They don't care. They don't care about you. All they want is they want what they want, and that's the only time they're going to come around or call or text because they're a user. Okay? And once we realize that people are users, you got to ask yourself, why do I keep taking this? And it don't matter who it is. It does not matter who it is. I have been there so very often. Okay? It could be from your mama to a person that you believe is your best friend. And what it is you may be their best friend, but are they really your best friend? You know, I had to really go about really thinking, am I the friend? Am I the person loving, or do they love me? And it's like, hold on, wait a minute. Let me meditate on this. Because that's the real thing. As adults, we have to stop believing it's what we think it is and accept it for what it really is. What it really is you're being played. hmm you're being used, manipulated, and controlled. And when you find out that, you got to say, now it's time for me to be there for me. After you cut them off, after you block them, after you stop going around them, you know, then you can find your energy come back. It was one of the most beautiful things after I removed myself from the toxicity and the drama and the negativity and feeling like I have to be there and support things I don't want to support. When I stopped doing that, miraculously my headaches went away. I started feeling better. I started losing weight. I started feeling good about myself. My mental health improved. There was joy and peace in my life. And it hurts sometimes. And we are going to lose people, right? But you're going to be losing the toxic ones. And for me, that's not really a loss. You're actually winning. It's actually a blessing in disguise for them to leave. We think it's a bad thing at the time because we actually had the right motives. hmm You had the right motives. Your heart was in the right place, but they didn't. So don't feel bad about you being a good person. Feel good that I stood up for myself, that I didn't allow it anymore, that I cut it off. It's never too late. It's never too late to empower your mind It's never too late to stop toxicity. It's never. Mm-mm. It's never too late. Yeah. Thank you so much, Miss Lynn. Thank you, Lara, Latanya, Miss Purple. Miss Purple says, I lost a whole tribe, but I'm in peace. Yes. I've always said that all the time. I've always said that. I'd rather have one or two real people than to have 50, 11, than to have 20, 30 people that give fake support. You know those people. And when you show up around them, they're looking at you like, or they're talking about you behind your back. And you know that they're talking about you behind your back. You know that they don't like you. Actually, you know they hate you because it's real. It happens in families, it happens in people that you know, associates, and you know who they are. But the question always is, why do you keep allowing? And why do you keep going around them? I had to learn, like, when inviting you to things, and said, no, I'm not going. Why? Because I don't want to go. Because I know you don't like me. And oh, no, no, no. Yes, I do. Energy don't lie. Okay? I don't play those games anymore. Yeah. Yeah. You lost them, but you're better. And you don't need them. Yeah, but you have peace. And that's one of the best things, to be there for yourself. Peace is priceless. It's one of the best gifts. You know, I've said it a million times. Peace is one of the most precious commodities. If you don't have peace, inner peace, if you don't have peace around you, like people who don't, oh man, they're always trying to aggravate you. If you don't have people who contribute to your peace in your life, it's better to be by yourself. It's better to be by yourself and to have peace and quiet and calm, a lowered blood pressure, than to have the people who always nagging and calling and making demands. No. No. Don't allow it. Okay. Honestly, it's something that we have to learn. And I understand we're all a work in progress. Okay. Thank you so much, LaGregoria. We're all a work in progress. Mhm. We can only do the best that we can, but also we have to look, what am I allowing? Why do I let people treat me this way? And also work on our own behavior. Why do I feel like I deserve this? That's the question that I had to ask myself in being there for me. If I have me, I have everything that I need. Okay? I have me. I'm a good friend to myself. I'm not going to stab my own self in the back. I'm not going to sabotage my own success. I'm going to encourage myself. So when you have yourself, that's not a bad thing. It's a great thing. You got to learn that it's better to be by yourself than to be around a whole bunch of people who are miserable and toxic. Okay? We deserve better, you know? All of you, ladies and gentlemen, all my gems, you deserve better. But you have to think that you deserve better. And then you got to show up for yourself. Show up and show out. Okay? Show up and show out. Why? Because you're enough, because you're worthy, because you deserve better. Okay? Because you have gifts. Okay? Because you're a talented individual and you don't deserve to have your mental, your spiritual, your financial, your physical health ruined following behind people. I had to learn to block out people to get my peace. I had to block out people so that I could receive my blessings, because we block our blessings being around some people. You really do. They will block out every, you can have something that's meant to be there for you, but following behind them, you you'll follow them down this rabbit hole and get stuck, lose everything that you have. You could lose the best job you ever had, lose the best relationship you ever had, following behind and listening to people that are miserable. Sometimes people don't want you to be in a good healthy relationship because they're jealous of you. Sometimes people don't want you to have a good relationship with your kids because they either don't care about their kids, they don't want kids. It's very toxic. You really have to go underneath it. Okay? You know, that's the thing about this life. hmm It is the thing about this life. You got to show up for yourself. You have to say, I'm enough. Got to look at yourself in the mirror and you got to say, Queen or King, I'm enough. I'm all I got. I got to take care of me. I got to show up for me. I got to believe in myself. I got to speak over myself and speak over my life. I deserve greatness because I'm great. I deserve more, not less. Don't let anybody make you feel that you deserve less. You most definitely don't deserve less. See, that's what people want to give you. They want to give you less, but then they expect more from you. Don't make no sense, right? Thank you so much, Edward. I appreciate you. Yes, Edward, real talk. hmm So I honestly just wanted to come on to say all of these things, to tell you guys, show up for yourself and support your mental health, support your physical health, support your goals and your dreams. Give yourself the permission to be great. Let the toxic people go, the drama people, the negative people, the people who are always making demands and they're never satisfied with what you're doing. If they can never be satisfied with what you're doing, then stop doing anything for them. And spend that time on yourself. Spend that time reflecting and meditating and using your time for your good. Using your time to reflect on your blessings and to receive more of them. When I learned to be there for myself, I started to seeing that I was wasting my gifts and my talents. I wasn't loving myself the way God loved me. See, you got to respect yourself and you got to love yourself. The only one that's going to make you respect yourself is you. And you're not going to do it until you're ready to do it. You're going to let people run over you, use you, take advantage of you as long as they keep doing it. But when you say enough is enough, and when you've had enough, trust and believe, when you've had enough, you will end it. Okay? You definitely will end it when you've had enough. Okay? Thank you all so much for your support. Thank you for tuning in today's topic. Happy Wednesday, everybody. You know what I say over here, love your life and live your life. It takes courage. It takes confidence. It takes stepping outside of the comfort zone, but you can do it. I'm here for you. I'm going to be your advocate and your life coach through it all. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, Miss Purple, Lara, Edward, LaGregoria, Lynn's Life Lessons, Jill's Comfort Zone. I forget everybody else that I missed. Who else I missed? Latanya. Um, yeah, everybody who came through. Oh, and Laura. Yes, thank you guys. I appreciate your support as always. Oh, DJ Ron, Wellness with Frugal Mama. I appreciate all of you guys. Toronto Brad, and who else I missed? Oh, and Sophie. Thank you so much for the super sticker. And Brad, thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate all of you guys. Everybody have a great rest of your day. Be there for yourself. Love yourself. Know your worth and know that you are enough. You are enough. You're enough, queen. You're enough, king. Okay? Thank you guys. I'm Life with Marlene, your Florida vlogger, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye bye.